Please, can you tell me your name?
My name is Bosumtwi. I teach ICT,
How old are you?
37 years.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here for 8.5 years.
8.5 weeks.
8.5 years. 8 years.
8 years. Really? Are you a native of this community?
No,
Wow.
I come from Labron.
So why PPA?
I did my national service in 2010, 2011. And after applying for job, they posted me back to this place.
Okay. So how do you feel living here?
We are in a deprived area, but it's just okay. Since we have access to electricity, we lack certain basic amenities. The road is not good. We lack certain basic things that we teach. And luckily for us, new people are coming in to support our ICT tools.
So what are some other learning materials that you think you lack, the basic things that you think?
We don't have a photocopier machine. We don't also have a printer. Other, especially the marking board, we don't have those things. Furniture too sometimes. We have to ask kids to bring it here. And those are the things that we're encountering.
The kids have to bring their own furniture,
To the school.
which is the table and a chair.
Yes, sometimes when they reach special form fees.
Why?
Because of government policy of free basic school, most parents are relying on, especially as we are in this deprived area, they are relying on government support. The government support doesn't come every. And because of that, we only have access to furniture from Form 1 and Form 2.
So please, can you tell me things or name 3 things you really like about living here at the lake?
Here, we have people who are humble here. Whenever you are a stranger here, they receive you peacefully. You stay here, you won't have any problem with anyone.
So if you could change 2 things about the village, which is Pepe, what would they be?
Especially the perception. We have this perception, and I'm sure because I have no access to the internet and the other things, we are hoping that one day get access to get to know about other places, food they eat and all those things. And the kind of perception that we have about certain things that will change.
How?
And we know that everything is gradual, changes.
When you say perception, what do you mean?
When I say perception, I mean there are some things that they are not exposed to.
Like?
Like the kind of food people eat.
So what kind of food do they eat, and maybe?
Particularly about, let me explain one example. It's like, if you look at the Chinese like this, they eat duck. I know that the Western world they don't eat it, but in other part of Ghana, they also eat that as their delicacy. And so sometimes when they see that, it becomes a strange thing to them. That's what I'm saying, that if they get exposed to it.
So how do they feel if in case there is this kind of perception? How do they feel?
Oh, we know that change is gradual. And as it's gradual, as an agent of change, we take our time and we we know that it will come gradually, so we do cope with them gradually and explain things to them.
So how do you feel about people coming to visit the lake?
Oh, just happy. They come around. We know that those around the catchment area will get some, because when they come, they buy items from the people, and then they get some form of livelihood too.
Okay. So in terms of accommodation, how do you?
Well, accommodation becomes a problem. You don't have too many rooms yet. So sometimes we struggle before they get accommodation. They have a teacher's bungalow, but it can only accommodate only 6. But we are more than that.
Okay, thank you. So please, can you tell me your name, your age, and your position?
I'm Akwa Joseph Harrison, 50 years of age. I'm the headmaster of PPA2 Basic School.
So how long have you been?
I've been here for the past 5 years.
Are you a native of PPA?
No, I'm not a native.
So why are you here?
I came here as a teacher.
So what made you choose PPA community as a place where you love to teach?
PPA community people, they are very good, they are very sociable. Any stranger who comes here, they take good care of him or her. That's why I prefer teaching here.
So far, how many students have you, helped to graduate since?
I came here 2015. In fact, almost 5 different set of people have graduated from the school.
So how many of them have graduated to the senior high school?
We have 5 of them in university, and many are in training colleges.
Okay. So in this community, can you please name 3 things you really like about living here at the lake?
Yes, the first place, when you come here, there's abundance of fish here. Then we have plantain, you can get food to eat, and also you can go to the lake and swim.
If you could change 2 things about the village, which is Pepie, what will they be?
Come again.
I said, if you could change 2 things about Pepie village, what would they be?
Change 2 things. Isn't the question again?
If you get the opportunity to bring a change in the community, what are the 2 things that you think it is very important for you to?
In the first place, the computer that we brought to it can change the children and also some of the teachers. And also, the road leading to this place is not good, so if you can change it.
So how do you feel about people coming to visit the lake? How do you feel about the people coming to visit the lake?
And how do I feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they come here, they really feel. In fact, there are some occasions like holidays, people from different places come here and they really feel happy.
So how do you feel when they come around?
You become happy.
You become happy.
The whole community and the people around here, when they see strangers, when they see people from different places coming here, they feel happy.
Okay. So how many times do you teach here?
How many times?
Is it weekly?
Okay. I spend almost the whole week here. Weekend I go to my place. That is actually where I stay.
Oh, okay. So you don't live.
I don't stay here.
You don't stay.
But the whole week I used to stay here. Let's say Monday to Friday I'm around.
So why don't you stay here?
Well, I brought my families in Georgia. I cannot bring them to this place.
Why?
Because some of them are in high school, SHS and other sort of things. So here you don't have SHS here, so they cannot be here.
Okay. Please, can you tell me your name, your age, and what you do here?
I'm Marco Evans. I teach social studies and I'm 28 years of age.
So how long have you been teaching here?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
So from where were you from?
I was at Atebu when I completed College of Education. So right from there, then I was posted to this school.
So, can you please tell me 3 things you really like about living here at the lake?
Okay. If I'm to point out to some things that will let me feel like living here, I'll first point out the lake itself. Being around this place, the weather, and then the source of water, whether in the dry season or the rainy season, you don't find it difficult to get water to do your high sports and other stuffs. And also talking about the place itself, like being here from your house to school, from school, then you also move to your house. Like the cost of living over here is also moderate. Yes, for the upcoming ones like us and other stuff. So living around this place somehow good.
Is there any other?
Yeah, I also when I came here at the first time, I wasn't familiar to the lake, and this being the only natural lake in Ghana, we have been learning about it and other stuff. So the first time that I stepped foot here, I go to the so this is what I have been learning in abstract, but now I have contact with it, and I have gotten to know how it is and how the citizens over here or those who stay here also feed on it and other stuff. So it's very good for me to also have contact with the lake.
So if you could change 2 things about the village, which is Pepe, what would they be?
Come on.
If you could change 2 things about the village, what would they be?
Okay, if I'm to change 2 things over here, first of all, the literacy over here is very high. So our first build on the educational system over here so that we can provide and also develop more literacy over here. And also their methods of what fishing and other stuff. Build up on some of the methods that.
So what kind of method do they use in fishing?
Some of the methods that they use as hook and line, and also the nets. And due to the climatic change, sometimes these methods can fetch them the amount of fish that they need or they are wishing to have. So by putting in the modern methods and other stuff, I think it will also help.
So what is the kind of the modern method that you want to implement?
When I talk of the modern methods that we're talking of, at this place, they only use, they just put some piece of wood on the lake and then they sit on it and they will dive into the deep. But when they are to use the modern method and other stuff, they will get a boat or something like canoe and other stuff, which is much safer than what they have been using to go into the deep. Because we have motors and other stuff. When you are using this canoe that you have the motor at the back, that one is more safer than what they have been using right now.
So have you been to fishing before?
Nah.
So how did you acquire all this?
I acquired this through one. I've been eyewitness over here. When I came here, sometimes I just go around the lake. I just stood somewhere and then just have a look at how they are doing their things. And also, with the education that I'm talking of, with the little that I've learned and the subject that I'm teaching, it has also helped me to get to know much of this thing.
So how do you feel about the people coming to visit the lake?
It's very interesting, especially occasion and other stuff. And in some cases, like the cadets in the senior high school and then the tertiaries and other stuff, those that over there, most of the times they do what they call hiking. That's around the lake. So you'll be here, then you see them singing their morale songs. Then it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
So how often do they come around for their hiking?
For that one, it doesn't happen regular, but for their visiting the lake and that stuff, what I can say is when it's getting near to occasion, like Christmas, Easter and other stuff, maybe within 2 weeks, always you will see visitors around. Always you will see visitors around.
Can you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Daniel Kwachi Osei.
How old are you and what do you do here?
Yes, I'm 30 years of age and I am a teacher here. I'm teaching religious and moral education.
So how has your teaching impacted the children?
It has impacted on the children in so many ways, especially it has influenced them in making decisions when it comes to moral issues. At times, they can be stubborn in the house, but through religious and moral education, now they have learned good manners to behave well to their parents, their teachers, and elders. And also, it has influenced them to take part in any of their religious beliefs, especially going to church and believing in their God, their Creator, through Christ Jesus. And it has built up their faith, and it has also changed the way of their thinking, impacted onto them so many ways. Yeah.
So how many years have you been, or how long have you been here teaching?
I came here on the month of November, that was 2018. So I think we have 2 months more, then I'll be 2 years here.
Where were you previously?
After college, I did my national service after college, and after that I was doing my own business. That was I was rearing cocks for sales before getting appointment here.
So have you stopped?
Yes, please. I've stopped for the cocks rearing.
Why?
Okay, I was having some challenges whilst doing that. At first, I talked to a supplier who supplied me feed to feed my cocks. But then the plans changed when I was going for the third time into the run of cocks. His plans changed. Now he needed physical cash before he delivers the feeds to me. So I was having a bit challenges. Although I made some profits, but then going into the third venture, I was having some financial difficulties, all because he cannot supply me the feed without physical cash. So at first he gave me the feed and later I paid to him. But now he needed some cash before he gives me the feed. That's why I stopped.
So if you could please name 3 things you really like about living here at the lake.
Okay, first of all, it's about the serene atmosphere. Yeah, I think the atmosphere is very conducive for tourist attraction. It's also enhanced teaching and learning. First of all, I get some fish into the lake. Yes, it serves as protein for me, some fish. I also go inside the lake to swim, and also I get water for washing and other, doing my laundry and other kind of activities. So that's it.
So if you could have the opportunity to change 2 things about this community or village, what would they be?
Some changes, right? Okay. I guess the first thing is about the football pitch here. The football pitch is located at the end of the community. It's very huge, and at times when we are having sporting activities, the challenges that we have is that we have to be on the field to weed a week before the activities will come on. So it's somehow stressful. At times engaging the students on the field to weed is somehow stressful and also time consuming. So if there could be changes on the pitch or even getting a new location so that we can grow a new green grass or something like astroturf which will support or enhance effective sporting activities. That's the first thing. And the second thing will also be farm machinery for effective farming, because here is a farming community and most of the farmers use their strength and only cutlasses to do the farming. So I think some machinery like combined harvesters and tractors will help to aid effective farming. So that are the 2 major things I propose.
Right now I've seen green housing projects here. Can you tell me something about it?
Yeah, sure. I saw it one time. I was traveling from here and I saw it on the roadside. It was under its initial stage. So I inquired about it and they said that it was a government initiative, but then some private entities also joined hands together. Yeah, it's a greenhouse project and most of the youth were employed when they were establishing the tents and the canopies here. Most of the youth were engaged and they were employed. And I've also learned that some of the youth here might even gain employment access there, so that they also get something to feed themselves. So I think it's going to help the community at large. Yeah.
So how do you feel about people visiting the lake?
It's so exciting seeing the only natural lake here in Ghana, and people from across the world troops in here to witness this scenery environment. I think it's something awesome. When they come around to listen to the history behind the lake and to explore more, to know what kind of activities goes on around the lake, the fishing, the swimming, the excursion, everything. I think it's a nice experience. Yeah.